I gotta tell you, I selfishly hope you all say you want to see more on this guy because he's an absolute blast to play. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, I've been seeing the name Diablo floated around line chats, Discord, and YouTube. And it is correct. The name is fitting. I tested this guy live on stream right after his buff. I was immediately blown away by the amount of healing he could do. I assumed his damage would be okay at best because of the healing he'd be able to do. But during the stream, I was blown away. I played him a little bit, and I mean a very little bit after the stream when I could kind of really think about how to get his damage going. And I took him immediately to rank 3. We had AQ starting. I took him immediately to rank 3, and I want to show you what I found. It is incredible. It is awesome. And this guy, I really believe, I want to test him a little bit more, but I believe this is a top shelf Mystic champion with Claire, Magic, and Doom. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this, what I'm talking about, what I saw. Okay, so I took him into AQ. I am on the Footloose lane in section 1 and section 2. You can see here, I am going to be working on his Nullify. We're going to talk about his Nullify. Then we're going to get to him working on some other nodes that make sense, but just something to think about. And I thought it was a very cool interaction showing how powerful he is with his debuffs. And then I'm going to show off his healing with a little bit of a damage showcase. So go ahead and check those out, or make sure you go around and look at these. So here we are. This is his Nullify. You can see I picked the Nullify pre-fight. Something that, and I think this is where a little bit of balance comes in, where it makes sense. He's just not nullifying throughout the whole fight. You do need to throw your specials. Special 1, it's going to last for 8 seconds. So I believe you're going to see me kind of throwing it here. And again, remember, as I was going through these fights, I was testing stuff out. I could tell he was awesome. I wanted to get a video out of it, because I want to see how good. So I'm not working on damage here right now. Keep that in mind. So we've thrown the SP1, we've got our aura up, and you can see the Nullify is going. I do run 5 of 5 Mystic Dispersion. I don't think he necessarily has to have it, but you're about to see just like how powerful he is with Mystic Dispersion. I really feel like it's one of those, if you're running a Mystic champ that can nullify or do these things, you can see the benefit of this. You see we've thrown some SP2s, right? And that's going to increase the length of, I think it's the Uru, right? Or something like that. You can see it's in the upper left-hand corner. It looks like the little bottle. And I know I should just be throwing the SP2, but again, like I said, I wanted to test things out. I wanted to test how they work. I wanted to be able to show you guys the damage. Keep in mind, look at that full yellow health bar. You saw the poisons. I just wanted to see if they'd finish them off. They obviously did not. And now we're going to throw the SP3, and this should finish the fight. And we're going to get on to a couple more fights here, showing the nullification. Keep it in mind this whole time, the healing. Really pay attention to it. I'll do my best to point it out, but keep that in mind. And also, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Consider even sharing this. It'd be extremely helpful to me, and I appreciate all the support you all give. All right, so now we're going into Wolverine. Obviously, this is a champion that you're going to want to be nullifying. This is with his heal. So we've got the strike back here, and we've got the Footloose. I do want to point that out, that this essence of null, right, the nullification, is only going to be nullifying 1 buff per second. So you're going to kind of watch that and look at how this works when they've triggered the Footloose, right? So we're going in. I do believe the heavy is a great way to get the poisons going because it applies 2 poisons per hit, as you see there. Otherwise, it's a 75% chance. I think on the 5th hit, as long as it's a medium, something like that. Or no, it doesn't have to be the 5th hit, just the medium ending combo. But as you can see, like landing the heavies, you saw how much poison damage you already had going. I've triggered my, I'm just going to call them auras for now, okay? You saw that it doesn't last a terribly long time. So there is a give and take, and I think a little bit about how are you wanting to play, how you want to attack these fights. But this is AQ, Mount 7, and we're 10 hits in. This Wolverine is already almost dead, right? And that's another thing I do want to continue to point out throughout this video is the amount of damage that we're doing without going to the SP3 or trying to really focus on maximizing the damage. You can maximize his utility and his healing, and you're getting the damage done. These opponents have, I think, anywhere between 1 and 200,000 health, so they're not nothings. Okay, so moving on. Now in my section 2 here, and this is the diss track lane, and not my assignment. But I was like, I want to see if I can take this. You know, my buddy hadn't gotten to it yet. So I'm like, I want to see if I can take this. How hard is this? And remember, Blade has the ability to shrug these debuffs up to 95% faster based on the power he has. So the more power he's getting, he's shrugging these off faster. But look at this. Through the parry and heavy, we've got 6 up. Now he's shrugging them, but we have to have 3 up to even do any damage at all. We're just doing parry heavy, and he's getting rid of them, but we're 8 hits in, and he's already at 51% health. That's the kind of utility I love in a champion, right? It's very clear where Diablo should work. He works amazingly. But when you take him into something that maybe he wasn't necessarily designed for, right? He's not nullifying. He doesn't have to poison. He doesn't have to have Mystic Dispersion. It's just, you know, a fight there. It's diss track. The defender's going to be shrugging early. And he's awesome for it. He's absolutely awesome. You're watching this. And again, I'm not playing him trying to maximize his damage. We'll show a damage one here at the end. And then if I see this video doing really well, if I see the comments are doing very well and I see a lot of likes, I'm not going to set a number right now. But if I see that from you all and you guys are like, hey, look, I'd really like an in-depth guide on him. I'd really like to see more from you on him. I would be happy to put out a video on Diablo. I'm pretty sure I'm regardless going to do one on his SP3. There's a lot of different things there and I'm seeing a lot of different takes. I did some testing on my own. All right, so now we're in section 3 and I am intentionally wanting to show his healing. I want to just like, how can this work? How can this work out? And I know you're seeing like the debuffs because of the global that we had picked, but notice that it was actually working against me. Spectre's coming up very early, so it's actually working against me. It's making this more difficult. But we were at like what 54% health at the start of this fight. I'm not canceling the SP1. Remember, you cancel the SP1 to get the vials, which would be to increase your damage on the SP3 to go that route. We didn't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I'm going to show you, I think, every single fight from this section 3 lane. And you're going to see I never use items. I didn't use items from the beginning of this AQ to the end. We got up to, I think, like 67% health there. More than enough damage to finish that Thor. We're now on to Unstoppable Colossus. Gonna do this Essence of Null. I do think that's a strong suit of his. I think the Essence of Null is a strong suit, but going the one that makes you stun immune, I mean, come on, that is awesome. And when you need it, that is an amazing one to just be able to click a button and say, yeah, I want that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna continue on. You're gonna see, I'm just gonna continue to play this. So you can see the healing, right? When I have that, that debuff, I can't think of the name even though I just said it. It's actually hindering his healing. So here we are, we're healing. I am not canceling out the SP1 to get the vial. Health bar keeps going up while our opponents keep going down. I'm doing the SP1, so it's the shorter nullification aura, which is fine. You know, I can parry if I need to when Unstoppable Colossus goes unstoppable. Look at this healing, guys. I honestly, this feels like, you know, with Hercules, I intentionally subdued my voice because I don't want to help sell a champion. I think he's very good, but I wanted to present that there are negatives. This isn't the next Quake or Ghost. With Diablo, you know, he's not a new champion. A lot of us will have him. So I feel very comfortable just showing you, like, I am excited. I'm excited to play this guy. I'm so excited I took him to rank 3. Same thing. And I'm showing you these fights because I want you all to see the progress with which and how it happens. So now we're up to 79% health, right? And now these defenders, you know, I saw it was 129,000 health. These aren't massive health pools, but there's nothing about these fights that makes me think if the health pools were bigger, that Diablo wouldn't get him down. In fact, if anything, I'd probably be at 100% health instead. Just watch. I am in love with this champion, and it feels weird because of how long he was in the game. And, you know, he was a horrible, horrible pool. So here we go. It looks like I forgot what I was doing, that I was just going to be doing the SP1s. So I believe we are going to be working towards, no, I did throw the SP2. I wanted to show the elongated aura. I do recall this. So the Unstoppable is now gone. We can go in. Effectively, I think maybe Mystic Dispersion passed me over the SP1, or I just forgot because I was paying attention to something else. Who knows? That's how good Diablo is. But you see this happening. Nothing special. I am not doing anything special attack-wise, and our health bar is up to 90% now. All right. And then I believe we have 2 more fights, one last one on this dismay lane, and then one in the quote unquote damage showcase, where I do want to show something to everyone. I think it's important because I know there's a lot of talk out there about what's the best way to get to SP3, and then once you get there, what's the best way to keep the poisons. And I think that's smart. I think that's smart. And like I said, I did do some testing on that. Let me know if you guys want to see that video. I will get that video out. I've done the testing. I have them lined up, but I also know what it's like when one creator starts putting out so many videos on the same champion, that I know that sometimes it's like, well, we've already seen that, dude. We've already seen your take on Diablo. So let me know. I believe I'm going to put it out later in the week regardless, because I do think it's informative and helpful. But I would be curious to see if you guys want to see it. And then again, this was my last fight on the lane. I'm just going to be throwing the SP1 over and over. I'm canceling it. For those who don't know what canceling means, is I'm just not letting the animation finish. You can do a variety of things to not let the animation finish. But I am not canceling it. I apologize. Canceling it is how you gain the more vials. Not canceling it, you see the heal clicked in right there. It's also a passive heal, right? So it can't be nullified, staggered, all that stuff doesn't matter. And so we're good. And we're going to end this. We started the AQ with 100% health, of course. We ended it with 100% health. And then this is the last one. This rocket happened to be open. And I wanted to show this for a couple of reasons. One was because I knew I'd already shown the nullification, and that's not going to be helping me here. Mystic Dispersion, not going to be helping me here. There's nothing enhancing my damage. I don't need to pick any of the vials, right? I don't need to be stun immune. I don't need to worry about energy damage. I do not need the heal. I started at 100% health. And I wanted to show you just playing this guy, the amount of damage you can do. I know it doesn't seem like a lot. You're seeing 480 and 262 and 240, but keep in mind, those are continuously ticking. You see the health on this rocket. I think it was like 240,000 health. I am not doing anything special. I didn't trigger 8 vials. You can see I'm not doing like 5-hit combos trying to hurry to my SP3. I'm just playing the game, testing things out. I do like landing the heavy. I will say that in testing him, I really feel like if you can heavy, that's a way to go, because you are stocking on more and more poisons, or the medium, light medium, or even medium medium. We've gotten to this SP3, and then, I mean, it's over. It is over. This rocket is not going to be able to survive. I don't think the SP3 kills him exactly, but it's over regardless. He could have had another 50,000 health, and this was over. We've got the 20 poisons there, and you see how much damage they did and are still doing, and it's done. I gotta tell you, I selfishly hope you all say you want to see more on this guy, because he's an absolute blast to play. I did my rankings recently, and I had him in the super premium, which is my second tier down, or my second tier, right? Top shelf. Even just take it on this day of AQ, I felt like this is a top shelf champion. This is a top shelf champion. This is a champion where if I had a 5-star maxed him out and then I pulled him as a 6-star, I would still be excited, because that's how good I think he is. I will officially move him to the rankings when I've had at least one more month of using him in questing and content and things like that. But the damage is incredible. I think incredible is actually the right word. As you saw in this video, I went to the SP3 twice. And neither of them was it like a race to get there or anything like that. It just kind of happened by playing him and Mystic Dispersion working and things like that. And then the healing. We started off at a full health bar, and we ended at a full health bar. And I used him for every fight except for, there was one fight I did not use him for. I can't remember which one it was at the moment. I think it was, Omega Red, the Omega Red mini, which of course I did not use him on. But aside from that, he took every single fight in here, did not use a single item, full health bar, running the recoil tree masteries, and not playing him to maximize his damage. Let me know what you all think. I've said it a couple times now. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos on him. And if you have a Diablo, congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.